Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams, and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. The dog days are over. I'm hearing that song. The dog days are over. And the dog days are over because you listened. You listened to yourself, something that was telling you which way to go, or to stop something, to close the door on something. And I'm seeing you close a door and then you seal it shut. And of course, you know, we don't always do that. But in this situation, it was very much called for. Yeah, it was very much called for. But because you made the right choices, the dog days are over. And it's like, what happened when you closed the door is all of that evil energy that felt so burdening to you. It was just a heavy load. It went outside and it followed whoever it was that was bringing that energy to you in your world. And for some of you, this could have been, I don't know, I mean, we'll see who it is. It could have been an ex-lover. It could have been an ex-friend. It could have been a family member, karmic. It could have been a coworker, a boss on a job. It could have been a whole group of people. But when you closed the door, the evil energy left and went with them. And oh, they're feeling it. So if somebody wants back in at this time, it's because they don't have the fruit in their life that they had, that they were able to grow, that they were able to bear when you were entertaining them, I'm hearing. So you may have always had an inkling about this person, or you may have been tired of their energy for a while, but you continue to, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt, or you at least did that for a while. Yeah, most of us do. We want to be sure that we're justified in blocking this person for good. Also, there may have been some societal pressure to keep this person in your world. You know, that's your family. You can't do that to your family. Or y'all been together so long. You know, all of these things you hear when you know that you need to do what you need to do, but there are other people trying to persuade you for whatever reason because they're programmed and they're trying to program you. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Let's take a look and see what's coming through with the index cards. I'm hearing all their days are cloudy days. Beautiful being, I had to take a moment to just pause this video and point out that there is a card at the bottom of this deck that says they're loyal. And it remains visible for a few more moments during this reading. Now, as I was playing this back, I realized that this is that spirit of this karmic being that has the nerve to pop its head up in this reading, trying to bring that same energy in this reading that it's trying to bring for the divine collective, trying to convince a beautiful being that is minding their business, doing the things that they are divinely aligned to do, trying to convince them that they are loyal, that they have changed, and that they're fit to be in a relationship with a beautiful being. That is a damn lie. And I'm calling it out. And for this spirit right here to have the nerve to try to pop up in this reading, you know what? I'm grateful. Because it shows that this is the exact same vibe that it's trying to bring into the lives and the minds of the beautiful beings within this collective. But we're not having it.
because we do not feed into lies. So I'm grateful for this sign, but I'm telling the spirit that it must go, and that we do not do lies. We only do divine truth. Ashe. Back to your reading. I love you.
Somebody might be sick and shut in. I don't wish that on anybody, but it's what's coming through. Okay, it feels like somebody's staying in the house. Somebody could be staying in a house because they are embarrassed. They feel seen, but not in a good way. So that evil energy that left your aura, your energetic field, your realm, when you close that door on that situation or on that person, is very much with them, and they can't get rid of it. They don't know how to transmute it. So if someone is trying to come into your space, I do see somebody coming back to ring the doorbell. So that's just the way it's coming through in my mind's eye, but they could be trying to come back in any way. You know, it might not be at your door, but they want you to lighten their load. They know they messed up because everything fell apart when it ended with you. Okay, when things ended with you. Thank you, Divine. What's coming through? Okay, we got goodbye. Yeah, you definitely said goodbye. And I just feel like it was a very permanent thing, you know? It was a very permanent thing. And some people do that very easily. Some people, when they say goodbye to a person, they have their reasons, and they know that because of the evidence that they have seen within that person's personality as to their level of integrity, it might be a 0. You know what I mean? You may have noticed in watching this person and trying to relate with this person that they have no integrity, or at least not enough for you. And that's your call. They don't get to try to convince you otherwise. If you have made that call and you know that that's right for you, can't nobody tell you nothing, okay? Love is stronger than pride. So I'm getting that this is something that this person is trying to send your way, like, love is stronger than pride. That's actually a Sade song, and it's beautiful. But this person, this individual, or this group, I do feel like it's a person in a relationship, okay, that wants a relationship with you. They could be connected to several people who also want back in, but they are trying to suggest that you are being prideful. Like, oh, collective is too good for us. Okay. And the thing is, yeah, you are. You are too good for evil behavior. Because the energy that I saw you shutting out when you shut that door, yeah, you are too good for that. There could be an Aquarius here. Fixed energy. Okay. This could be for you or them. They want to provoke. So these are provoking spirits that come along with this person or this group. They like to poke the bear and then watch you. That's it. They just want to watch you. They don't know what you'll do. It's almost like there's an energy of wanting to study you. Like, what will collective do? I'm getting that early on in their connection with you in this lifetime, because there could be a past life connection here. Usually with energy like this, that's this persistent, there absolutely are soul ties from previous lifetimes. But yeah, when they initially encountered you, they had a very strong assumption of how you would react to their behavior, to them trying to provoke you. But then you started to surprise them, because I'm hearing you kept your cool. They didn't expect that. So now they just want to study you. It's like an obsession now. What are they going to do now? What are they going to do now? But they do want to see how you'll react. Yeah, they know they messed up. They know they messed up. I'm hearing James Brown, Papa's got a brand new bag. So this person may have gone and gotten into another relationship, or you may have gotten into another relationship. You might be in a different relationship now, but somebody has gone on, they've moved on. And if this person attempted to move on, I just felt like I needed to say that because the air quotes just felt right. I don't know. What I'm getting from that though is that it was never really their intention to move on. They tried to attach themselves to another person in order to provoke you. Yeah, that was the reason. They just wanted to provoke you. Look at my shiny new person, and then they're looking at you for a reaction. But I'm hearing that it was no fun because you didn't give them a reaction, or you didn't give them the reaction that they were hoping for. Maybe you didn't care that they had quote unquote moved on. Maybe you sensed that it wasn't real anyway. Maybe you weren't checking their social media like they've been checking yours, okay? Because it feels like they're very sticky. They want to stick around. It's your natural abundance, okay? I'm getting Empress vibes from you. I just felt led to wear green in this reading. I got my green earrings, my dress. There's something about green here. And it's your natural Empress energy. You give birth to things that you might not even realize that you're creating. Like you create abundance wherever you go. You create possibilities and opportunities. And there are many ways in which this person was benefiting from you. Just your sheer presence, okay? I'm hearing you gave the best advice. You gave excellent advice, but they didn't take it. They didn't take their advice. Oh, they didn't take their advice. So this is what I'm getting. Whatever advice you gave them, it was coming through you, but it was specifically for them from spirit. So you were speaking to this person from spirit. You were giving them divine advice and guidance. And now they know that. And they feel lost, completely lost. They don't realize you're turned off by excessive flattery. Okay, so this might be a love bomber. Look at that green. 1111 on the timer. They're hoping to get access to your abundance by love bombing. But, you know, an awakened being, they peep love bombing. And it makes, I'll say what it makes me feel like. It makes me feel like I can't get away quickly enough. I don't like it, okay? It's a turn off because it's fake, it's phony, you know it's not real. And so you don't even want to hear it, you know? So that might resonate with you, okay? Hired a private investigator. They were doing the most, okay. Yeah. There could be an Aries here, either with you or them. Aries energy. This is cardinal energy. So this could be somebody who likes to start things. They like to initiate and get things going. I am seeing on the negative end of the spectrum here that this could be like, not that this person is an Aries, but is that they like to provoke. So they might like to antagonize and start little fires. Okay, so I'm just getting that from the Aries fire. But it's not to say that like if you have Aries energy in your chart that that's your vibe. No, I'm seeing that with this person because they like to start fires, and Aries is cardinal fire, okay? Also, this person could be lustful. Oh, they belong to a cult. So this goes deeper. So basically what you were seeing was the person who swims at the top, but there's a whole lot at that bottom of the ocean that's going on that is hidden. And that's one reason why you close the door on this person, because you feel the energy of all of the programming and the mind control that's going on within this cult. 1313. Okay. Yeah. Something is ending with this person. They might not be able to manifest through this cult like they were able to before. All right, because there's a door that has been closed, and not just the door that you closed. I'm hearing that was one of 3 doors that was closed on this person. So you closed the door on them. There could have been a work environment or work situation that has ended for this person, and some other. It could be a friend connection or family connection. I'm getting that as well. And this is a person that knows what they're up to. They know how they are, and they were fed up as well. Okay? All right, let's pull some tarot. Wow, they're in a cult, huh? Okay, so this person might not even be thinking straight. They're controlled. You know, they're being controlled. Thank you, Spirit. All right, the reason they were in this cult was for clout. They were hoping for victory. I'm seeing that that's why they wanted to connect with you, was because you made them look good to whatever this cult is that they're involved in. Now, the cult 1444 on the timer, you're protected. The cult could be a family cult system. It could be a community that they're involved with, or it could be a secret society. Okay? It does not have to be an actual cult, but they belong to a group of people that tries to control the way that other people think and the choices that they make. All right? Yeah, this person is devastated. This landed on they want to provoke. So they're devastated because they know that their attempts to provoke you are now null and void. Whatever it is that they try to do to incite anger or pain within you, you either learned how to alchemize it, like if you did feel that certain way, like maybe if they made you angry, you alchemized it. Or you learned how to sense it and be like, you really think I'm gonna get upset over that? Like, I'm not going there with you, okay? It feels like you have realized that this person likes to take constant trips to Crazy Town, but you're not getting on that train. Okay? They wanted to hijack your energy. Because whoever these people are standing behind them, they were trying to get your energy as well. So whenever this person that you were involved with at the time, whenever they were able to tap into your energy, there was a whole group of people behind them also benefiting from your energy. Divine wants to make that very clear that it's not just them. If you were to open that door to this person again, you would be letting a whole host of evil spirits in. This person could be a King of Wands. Okay, and I put it right on Aries. So I'm getting fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but they are very driven to do what they want to do. Okay, that could be why they didn't take your advice. They could be very stubborn, very hard-headed, very passionate about believing that they are the only ones with the right answers. They could be very lustful, controlled by lust. That could be a situation going on with this cult group. It could be a cult that uses sexual energy. Okay. All right, this is justice. So whatever emotional pain this person is going through, that's justice. And this is only the beginning. Because whatever choices they've made, there are long-lasting impacts, okay? Long-lasting consequences. And I'm seeing like an onion. It's just peeling the layers. They're realizing how stinky their choices have made their life. You know, it's like they've ruined a lot of things that they invested in. And now it's just, They can't even enjoy what they built. That's what I'm hearing. They can't enjoy what they built. Also, there could have been something that took this person a long time to build, and it's coming down just like that. And the reason why is because whatever it was that they built, it was infused with potentially your energy and other people's energy as well. Okay, they were siphoning energy from other people in order to build these things. And so at this point, you know, justice is like, well, what of your energy is in that situation? And that's all that's standing. So the rest is crumbling, and that's everything. It was all built with someone else's energy. So they're rushing in to try to get back to this state of victory, because at one time, 1919 on the timer, oh, they want to be seen, but they want to be seen in a positive light. Because see, when they stood next to you, they were shining, but it was borrowed light. So this is what I'm getting. This person is so afraid of how they've been seen lately. They could be hiding. They don't want to be seen as they are right now, because they feel like they don't have anything to show off. They don't have anything to flatter their ego with, okay? They haven't been able to do anything or accomplish anything that they would value, that they think is impressive, because they're not able to do it with your energy anymore. They were looking good because of you. And so that's why they want to rush in to get back to that space where they were able to feed off of your energy and look good to people, you know? Okay, we got a Knight of Wands reversed. There's definitely fire energy here. And I just get that they're not thinking straight. They're thinking with their lower self. So they're very sexually driven. And tell me more about that. Okay, they said go here. Because I'm getting like that's what they use to entice people, but they know you don't want that. You don't want this person sexually. If this is your reading, you don't like, that's a no-no. Yeah, this person is from a past life, okay? But you know, soulmate doesn't mean divine partner, okay? This person is not in a state of divinity. They're trying to present themselves as a boss, all right? With boss coming through. Also, this is card 8-8. They're in a rush to get some abundance. They might not have the financial resources that they need in order to survive. Like, they can eat, but I'm getting that whatever they used to throw their money on, like excessively, whatever it is they used to waste their money on, they're not able to do that anymore, and that has sent them into a panic. But it's like, what do you really need? You need water, you need hot water, you need electricity, you need, you know, preferably a space that doesn't have cockroaches and infestations. But like, are you able to survive? This person is in a situation that they never thought they'd be in, because it's all based on their energy now. They have been abandoned by people who used to nurture them. Nobody wants to nurture this person anymore. Also, this person could have been in a situation with a boss. There's somebody over this person, whether it's a boss or the leader of the cult or whatever, who is no longer cool with them. They're not able to siphon from this person anymore. And that's what I'm getting, is that whoever this King of Wands, Knight of Wands is, because they're both coming through with that energy. This is all their energy, okay? This is just how they're trying to come in. They were under someone else's supervision or control. Could have been within this cult system or in a work environment. But they tried to use this person or screw this person over. And so now they're not able to use them anymore. It's like somebody doesn't want to have something to do with them anymore. I just see doors closing. in their face. Yeah, they tried to manipulate somebody who was supposed to be in control of them. Like I said, a boss or a cult leader, whoever it was. But it's like they messed with the wrong one. Or maybe the right one. They were trying to do spell work on this person. Now, what you might notice is what I'm saying that they were doing to this person. You might be like, oh, well, they were doing that to me too. Yeah, because that's all they have. They have the same old tired things that they always do on everybody. Whether it's trying to get them in the bedroom and first doing a little sweetening spell and then calling on certain spirits to make a person fall for them and worship them and want more and more and more. It's like it doesn't work on you, and it's not working on this boss figure either. So whatever rituals they're trying to do right now, we have 88 out here, 48, 44, and 43. So a lot of fours. You are protected throughout all of this. This person wants to come back and say hello. And I get that they won't be able to because you're not opening the door or answering the phone. Yeah, you're a divine feminine. You could be a divine masculine, okay? You're divine. No matter what your gender. But, you know, we got to remember, a person who's male could also identify as divine feminine. It depends on the energy that you embody. So, but you're definitely coming through as divine. What does this beautiful being need to know at this time, Spirit? What is it that this beautiful being needs to know? Yeah. Because I had seen 1313 on the timer. Transformation. Something is over. And you're in this, like, you've gone from a caterpillar to a butterfly. You went through the entire transformation. The entire process from the whole thing, okay? What is it? Pupa, larva, whatever it is. You went through the whole thing. And that's very important because Divine is saying you didn't skip any steps. You did it the right way. And that's why everything that you have built stands. Everything that you have built is stable and is only growing. That's another reason why they're so motivated to come in with that Knight of Wands reversed and the Knight of Swords. They can't wait to get in your energy because they see what you've done. All right, we've got pleasure on the fence, and that's because Divine is just saying protect your sacral energy, okay? This is something that this person does not want you to do. They want you to trust them blindly. And I feel like with the amount of growth that you have achieved, you would never trust this person in any way, shape, or form. Okay? I am getting a message that being with them physically could be dangerous, okay? And take that how it resonates. If this person is physically violent, then that would be the reason why. If this person is not careful with their sexual hygiene, then that would be the reason why you would need to be very avoidant of them. You know, there is a time to avoid some things. And this being right here is one of them, okay? So you have success. I love how Divine is bringing this right in after saying like how they're trying to get you with pleasure and the Knight of Wands reversed and all of that. But you have success. And so you really don't have any room in this in your life for this person. You might be in a state of solitude at this time. But Spirit said, we're in that boat with you. You're never alone. You are never alone. You've got your ancestors, you've got your angels, you've got the archangels, you've got your spirit allies, you've got the divine itself, and you are always surrounded by beings who love you and who will not allow this evil spirit and the legion of demons that they have trailing behind them. Your ancestors and spirit allies will never allow that energy into your life. Why? Because you have done the work. You have taken every single step that you needed to take in order to make sure that your energy is on point, to make sure that you are using discernment and that you have the necessary discernment to see through their evil nonsense, because that's all that they put on the table. That's all they have. That's all they serve up is nonsense. Okay? And look at this. Blessings. There is nothing that this being has that they can offer you. One of their tricks might be to try to portray themselves in a very, blissful state, like, oh, I'm good. I just want to come back and share it with you. No. Because they have nothing to share. And nobody wants to bathe in that evil energy. There's something about this person that stinks. And I feel like ultimately it's energetic, but it manifests itself like it's spiritual, but it manifests itself physically. And it could be, if this person has poor sexual hygiene, it could be that. I mean, I'm getting that there's something very disgusting about this person's habits, that they don't even like wash themselves in the way that someone should wash themselves. And this could be because it feels like they are really, like they are hitting the bottom. But the thing is that sometimes that is exactly what's needed in order to get the lesson that's needed so we can elevate ourselves. But we can't do that for another person. Ultimately, they have to do that for themselves. And that doesn't mean, like, depending on your feelings, it could be that, because sometimes we shut the door on someone and we know that we just can't enable them. And it's kind of like, oh, I hope that they are okay. But I cannot be there for them, because trying to be there for them, it's like trying to save a drowning person. All right, Spirit, let's see what's coming through for this beautiful being. Oh, okay, they said, oh, you know what? Earlier when I was in here, they said you gotta go to the wealth code. I haven't used this deck in so long. It's the Sacred Wealth Code Oracle cards. And with success and blessings coming through, I feel like, yeah, we gotta hit this. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? The Collaborator. This is moon energy. I co-create to create. And for some of you, I see you creating and co-creating with your ancestors. Like, if you have dreams and visions that come through, let's say when you're connecting with your spirits, that is a form of co-creation. All these hands here, it doesn't have to be human hands. For some of you it could be, but it doesn't have to be. So some of you are co-creating with your spirits. You might be working with specific frequencies, certain angelic energies. I'm getting that some of you might like to work with Archangel Michael. You feel a certain presence that he occupies in your life. You just feel very close to him. You feel like you vibe on his frequency. Cool. You can channel the energy of Archangel Michael. Oh, okay, you know what I'm getting? Okay, like Urkel from Family Matters. There's something that's like, I was actually watching a video the other day, a short, and they were talking about how there are certain shows where like one character takes center stage, and it's not like it was planned that way. It's just that a certain character ends up taking off on the show, and it's very clear that that particular show would never be what it is without that particular character. So applying that to this situation, it's like there's something creative about you that maybe somebody has criticized, or maybe someone has said, for some of you it could be that someone said that you were too intellectual or nerdy. I love nerdiness. I mean, a lot of people consider me a nerd, but there's something that someone has criticized about you, but it's going to take off. It's going to really allow people to connect with you. So hone in on that. 3333 on the timer as we're talking about collaboration. So this is definitely about, number one, opening up to the different frequencies, your ancestors, your spirit allies, whatever energy it is that you are comfortable channeling. Tap into that and see what ideas flow through you as far as what you might want to do with your creative gifts and your career. They will assist you with that. And then also allow the different aspects of yourself that maybe you have not wanted to reveal or not been proud of. If there's any of that, okay, take what resonates. Just know that you are so divine, and that's even the things that people have criticized. Yes, all of you, all aspects of yourself are divine. And I'm hearing all roads lead to success. So there's nothing about you that ultimately during your creative process or as you are coming up with ideas for manifesting stability and wealth, there's nothing about you that you should leave behind as far as your true self, you know? And yeah, that pure raw self that you are, that truth that you hold, that's what is so successful already. I don't care what's in your bank account. You are already successful because you are you. And as you love yourself more and embrace yourself more and how different you are, okay? Because I'm getting that there's something extremely unique about you. You're going to find that it's easier for you to feel that energy of success. Because truly, I feel like success comes when we embrace ourselves and who we really are. Okay? Yes. Yeah, don't let this person distract you. Keep that door shut. Because I feel like keeping that door shut to that energy is going to allow the things that are supposed to come into your world to come in. Absolutely. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I am so grateful that you allow them to flow through me. And thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune into these messages. I truly appreciate you. And I also appreciate your likes, your kind comments, your subscribes, your shares, your donations, your hypes, every bit of love that you send to In Her Dreams. I am so grateful. I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.